Steam FPS Fest is on. I love when Steam are doing these fests. There are always so many interesting games to find. As usual, I will recommend a few games that you hopefully haven't heard about and might interest you. Let's get to it. First up is Project Warlock. I have never been much for boomer shooters, but this one really caught my attention. You are a warlock on a mission to eradicate all evil. I mean, the plot doesn't get more basic than that, but what more do you need? This game is all about the action, and the action is good. You have a ton of weapons and spells in order to take down all the enemies, and I just love the animations for everything in this game. It looks so good. It's all so basic, but so good. The game also have a good variety when it comes to the enemies. The game takes place over 60 missions and 5 worlds. It's just old school FPS action at its best. There is also a sequel for the game. I haven't played that one yet. Maybe I should pick that one up. Then we have Deadlink. This is a stylized roguelite arena shooter. Deadlink is a fast-paced FPS with a lot of character. You can dash, double jump, use grappling hook, you have a melee, you can throw grenades, and of course shoot. You can play as a few different characters with different stats. There are upgrades, there are elements, there are a ton of interesting guns. And I really like the guns in this game, big and bold, and the gameplay kind of reminds me of the latest Doom games, where you have to run around, kill enemies, use the environment to get around, switch weapons. You are playing a cyborg in the game, so you will get access to implants which will enhance you and modify you. It all is a neat package that works well, quite challenging as well. And then I just had to recommend Robo Quest. It's a lot of fun, a good mix between fast-paced FPS and a roguelite. In a bleak future where the human race is struggling to survive, a young girl finds an old guardian robot, activates it, and heads into a mysterious canyon filled with evil bots in search for answers. It's a sufficient story to get the game going, however the gameplay is what shines here. You have a few different guardian bots you can play, there are a ton of interesting weapons, secrets, bosses, paths throughout the game. The game can also be played with a friend. They recently had a big patch for the game, and they have a new roadmap as well for this year. So it seems to be a lot of things coming to the game. Those 3 I've played quite a lot. Let's look at some games that I found during this FPS Fest that looks interesting. I have Battle Shapers. This one feels like a combination between Robo Quest and Deadlink. It's also an FPS roguelite. Here you have a weapon in one hand and use the other one to punch and also use skills. You play as Ada, who is fighting to reclaim the future of New Elysium from the overlords and the robots. There are over 50 unlockables in the game, ranging from weapons, abilities, talents, and much more. The game is in early access, but it's almost feature complete, and hopefully the game will be released into 1.0 this year. Looks great, love the art style, colors really make this game pop. TD Get to the Orange Door. Might not have the best title, but the game surely is interesting. I love the style of this game. It's a bit like Risk of Rain 2, but on crack with neon. It looks to be very fluid and fast. You can jump, grapple, run on walls, jump off them. You kill a lot of enemies. I like this a lot. And like the title states, you want to get to the orange door. And while you do that, you kill enemies, get new weapons, upgrade them. This one has been in early access since 2019. It looks to be a solo developer on this one, so that can obviously take some time developing a game by yourself. Hopefully we will see a release into 1.0 this year as well. Ill Will is a horde slaying game inspired by the old school games like Doom, Quake, and Serious Sam. I like the graphics, very stylized, bit of horror, and kind of blocky and simple at the same time. The game doesn't really have a story, but I still think the game looks like a lot of fun, with you slaying hordes of enemies. It seems to be a good variety of them, same with weapons and the locations. I just hope there is enough in the game to keep you playing for a while. Then I also have a few upcoming games that I found interesting and have added to my wishlist, so let's take a look at them as well. Don't forget to leave a like if you like this video, it helps me out a lot. First up is Bodycam. I found this so interesting. It's a PvP shooter where you see the world from the point of view of a bodycam. This means a lot of shaking and movements you aren't used to in an FPS game. It's made in Unreal 5 and you can kind of see that. Everything looks so good, especially when it comes to the light and the dark elements of the game. It looks very realistic and I think this one could be really cool to play. No release date for this one yet. They've had an early access playtest in January, so hopefully maybe this year. Then we have Sulfur. I mean, easily the cutest game on this list. Just look at these graphics. This is an action adventure with RPG elements. The game puts a big emphasis on equipment and gear. You can customize your guns quite a lot as you explore and discover. Kind of looks like a dungeon crawler slash roguelike as well, but we'll see how much of that actually is true. It looks so cool, this game. I just love they chose this type of graphics. Unfortunately, no specific date for this one yet, but it's planned for this year. Angerfoot. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time now. It looks like a lot of crazy fun. You basically kick down doors, kill enemies and move on. There are a ton of weapons, new shoes and upgrades in order to cure Shit City. Yeah, Shit City. I mean, sometimes you just need a few games that doesn't give a fuck and just go balls to the wall with crazy. I just hope the game is as fun as it looks. Killing Floor 3. Wow, the third one is soon here. Holy shit. I played the first one quite a lot. Man, that must have been ages since I played that one. And I really liked that one. The second one was okay, nothing wrong with that one. I just hope the third one is evolving the series a bit more and adds a bit more interesting content, without of course losing the game's core and what makes Killing Floor Killing Floor. If you don't know what Killing Floor is, it's kind of a wave-based shooter where you kill a lot of zombie-esque enemies with a boss at the end, and then you have different classes, weapons, and so on. And you can play at least the first and the second game with up to 6 or 8 people, if I remember correctly. This one is unfortunately just listed as coming soon on Steam, so hopefully soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you found a game or two that interests you. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.